Oh, look, more cybersecurity professionals are threatening to quit the industry. What up, everybody? This is your boy Tech G back with another video to talk about all of these cybersecurity professionals who want to quit the industry. So, let's go ahead and check this out. It says the unrelenting threat of ransomware is pushing cybersecurity workers to quit. Cybersecurity professionals face immense pressure to keep businesses secure, and this stress is leading many to consider leaving the industry altogether. It says security researchers have warned of increasing and unsustainable stress levels in the cybersecurity workforce, resulting from persistent ransomware threats and looming large-scale attacks, which are pushing security professionals towards abandoning the industry altogether. It says a report by cybersecurity company Deep Instinct found that 46% of senior and executive level cybersecurity professionals have considered quitting the industry due to stress. This is being driven by an unrelenting threat from ransomware, researchers found, as well as supply chain attacks on a scale similar to the 2020 SolarWinds hack and 2021's Cassia, however you say it, ransomware incident, both of which had far-reaching and long-lasting consequences for organizations that were impacted. It says the burden of preventing such attacks weighs heavily on those tasked with keeping networks and wider organizational systems secure. More than 90% of cybersecurity professionals are stressed in their roles, with a significant portion of professionals conceding that this is negatively impacting their ability to do their jobs. It says those in leadership positions are likely to be feeling pressures of the industry more acutely. The report found says 1 in 3 C-suite executives, including CISOs, CTOs, ITOs, and IT strategy directors, said they were highly stressed. The report says more cybersecurity professionals than ever are seriously considering leaving the industry permanently as a result of these pressures, with potentially catastrophic consequences for the organizations that rely on their vigilance. It says burnout and fatigue in cybersecurity have been exacerbated by the move to remote working, which has made network security more challenging for organizations. The diminished oversight that cybersecurity teams have on devices in a remote setting makes it more difficult to ensure IT security practices are being followed. Many IT teams are still not sufficiently equipped to address the challenges that remote working presents. So basically, it is harder to control and monitor what remote workers do when it comes to accessing company resources than it would be if those people were on premise trying to access those resources. It says this responsibility puts more pressure on the CISOs and other cybersecurity leaders. 52% of C-suite professionals surveyed by Deep Instinct said that securing a remote workforce was the biggest cause of concern. This was followed by the impact of digital transformation on the organization's security posture, which researchers said highlighted the challenges of securing hybrid environments. It says senior cybersecurity executives acknowledge that their stress levels are impacting decision making and can have implications for the security posture of companies. The stress we're seeing across the cyber industry appears to be accelerating the exodus of talented people from the industry, a particular challenge when many cybersecurity defenses and mitigation processes are human dependent, requiring constant monitoring and intervention. So yes, a lot of people may want to leave, but guess what? That opens up a lot of jobs for those of you out there who want to enter the industry and make some money. It says security operations teams are also burdened by larger workloads and longer hours as a result of persistent cybersecurity threats. Nearly half of respondents that sat outside of the C-suite, about 47%, said they felt pressured to stop every threat despite acknowledging that it was impossible to do so, while 43% felt there was an expectation to always be on call or available. Yeah, that is a possibility if you work in cybersecurity, and depending upon what industry you work for and what company you work for, yeah, that might be a high possibility that you are probably expected to be on call and be available. I know the company that my brother works for, he goes on call for at least once a week, where he has to carry around a special phone with him just for the just in case. That's just kind of how it is, y'all. The researchers identified a widespread adoption of completely counterproductive measures to alleviate stress stressors, such as switching off overwhelming alerts, a lack of tools to perform their roles properly, and staff shortages were each cited as major challenges by 40% of the respondents. Says the results show that there is not one clear winner, which reinforces why stress levels are so high. Without a singular focus on one type of attack, researchers are stretched thin, and it's obvious to see how a SecOps team may feel deflated against the challenges they face. Now we get to the universal threat of ransomware. Since cyber criminals have benefited from the move to remote working, with ransomware incidents having increased significantly during the past 2 years. While organizations are typically advised not to pay hackers in exchange for encrypted data, cybersecurity professionals are doing so in order to avoid downtime and the associated reputational damage should the attack become public. So for those of you out there who do not know, there are a bunch of companies that basically keep a reserve of cash on hand just for the just in case if they run into a ransomware attack. Depending upon the nature of what this company does, in their minds, it's often easier to just pay the ransom instead of going through the motions of trying to get the encrypted data back or figure out how to decrypt the data. So just think of like a hospital that may have been hit with a ransomware attack. A hospital might just opt to pay the ransom so that they can get the encrypted files back and decrypt them so that they can get access to the data so that they can properly treat their patients whose life might literally depend upon the doctors being able to have access to that data. So that's just one aspect of ransomware and the headaches it causes, which is why we need people out there like you to become a cybersecurity professional. Article says more than a third or 38% of survey respondents admitted to both experiencing a ransomware attack and paying the ransom in exchange for the decryption key, compared to 62% that did not pay. And yet paying hackers off does not guarantee the safe return of company data. 46% of those who paid said records or sensitive information was exposed regardless, while 45% were unable to restore all their data. A further 23% of respondents were hit by subsequent extortion demand after paying the ransom. So yeah, even if you do pay the ransom, there is no guarantee that you will get all of your data back, or the people who do have your data, they might just throw it out there anyway after they get the ransom. This is just another headache that ransomware presents to the overall IT industry. It says Deep Instinct's Voice of SecOps 2022 report was based on the responses of 1,000 senior cybersecurity professionals from companies in the US, UK, Germany, and France. All interviewees work for businesses with 1,000 employees or more, and for businesses with annual revenues of at least $500 million across financial services, retail, and e-commerce, healthcare, manufacturing, the public sector, critical infrastructure, and technology. So there you have it, folks. That is one of the major headaches concerning cybersecurity, is all of the threats that are bound to come up and the high levels of expectation that you are expected to keep up with in order to keep these companies safe and secure. Because put it like this, do you enjoy your American way of life? Do you enjoy cutting the light switch on and electricity flowing without you thinking about it? Do you enjoy turning the faucet on and water coming out so you can take a shower, drink water to survive, and wash your clothes? Do you enjoy all of these apps on your iPhone where you can just click on things and watch YouTube videos, shop on Amazon, check your health status and your biometrics from your smartwatch? And do you enjoy all of these little things that we here in a first world country take for granted? Do you enjoy those things? I'm pretty sure you do, like most people do. Well, there often comes a cost that is associated with enjoying these things that make our lives oh so wonderful in the year 2022. And that cost is the ever increasing threat of people wanting to break in, manipulate, and destroy the data. And yes, that can make cybersecurity jobs extremely challenging, extremely stressful, as I just read in this article. But if you want to enjoy these American necessities that make your life oh so wonderful, well, we need people to work these jobs. We need somebody on the wall. Like Jack Nicholson said in A Few Good Men, we need people on the digital wall who are protecting these critical infrastructures so that we can enjoy all these creature comforts of a first world nation. That's just kind of how it is. Now, for those of y'all who are not in the industry, you're like, man, they are working these people to death and they quitting. Why would I want to do this? Well, think about the income you can make. Think about all the job opportunities that are on the verge of opening up from all of these people who are threatening to quit, and then how much these companies are more than likely going to pay a competent cybersecurity professional to come in to fulfill that role of keeping the data and the network protected. And guess what? That person that they're offering to pay all that money to could be you. So if you're a person out there and you're trying to figure out if cybersecurity is even worth it, well, I'm here to tell you there are plenty of job opportunities that are going to be around for the foreseeable future, because as we keep enjoying these creature comforts of a first world nation with all this technology, we're going to need people to protect it. And there is always going to be a position open, and they're always going to be offering to pay you some money to do it. So with that being said, if you're still riding the fence about whether or not this cybersecurity thing is for you, I suggest you go ahead and get off the fence and go head on over to the playlist tab on this channel, where I have classes posted that will help you get started on an IT career, which can funnel you into a cybersecurity career. I teach IT fundamentals, A+, Network Plus, and Security Plus, all on the YouTubes for free 99. So there's no excuse as to why you can't get educated so that you can learn the things you need to learn, so you can go out there and get these jobs that all these people want to quit, so you can make the money to fund your lifestyle, so that you can enjoy the creature comforts of this first world nation. And with that being said, go ahead and hit the like button, share button, drop a comment, but most importantly, subscribe to this channel. And with that, I will holler at you on the next video. Peace.